I'm a little late, but here are my college football week 11 predictions. These are the top, arguably the top 10 games of the weekend. You have Texas Tech versus BYU, Big 12, the two leading teams in the Big 12. But I think you have to also throw Utah in there in that conversation of being one of the better teams inside of the Big 12. But regardless, I'm taking Texas Tech. I got Texas Tech beating BYU. Both of these teams have worked hard this season. Both of these teams have left it all on the line. But I think Texas Tech take this win. Tulane versus Memphis. I'm pretty sure this game is on right now. I'm pretty sure Tulane are winning this game. Hey, I'm one. Listen. I'm 1-0. I'm going for it. And listen, you're gonna be like, oh, he probably played this. No. I had this. Tulane already picked it for a while. You have Indiana versus Penn State. I'm taking Indiana. There's going to be a blowout by at least 12 points. I think Penn State, they know what they are and they know what they have, but they don't have enough to compete against some of these top dogs. And I know some people are looking like, whoa, he got Iowa over Oregon. He has LSU versus over Alabama. Yes and yes. And I'll talk about them here in a second. You have Georgia versus Mississippi State. Obviously, I think Georgia dominates that game against Mississippi State. You have Texas A&M versus Missouri. I think Missouri will give A&M a run for their money. Do I think they beat them? No, but I do think they give them a run for their money. You have Oregon versus Iowa. This game, to me, you're going to see the youth of Oregon tonight or tomorrow night. I just don't think Oregon really has that level of discipline. They have that. And I'm not saying that they're a not well-coached team. That's not exactly what I'm saying at all. The perspective for me is that this Oregon team is just like they're young. They don't have the veteran leadership that they have that they need to get to that next level. And so I'm taking Iowa, man, and an upset here. And I'm pretty sure it's at Iowa. It's in Iowa. So give me Iowa. Knocking off Oregon at Iowa. Vanderbilt versus Auburn. Vanderbilt took a tough loss last weekend, but Auburn, man, they've been a team to really take some SEC teams to the ringer, and they've been disrespected a little bit too much this year, in my opinion. I think they don't control this game. Obviously, Vanderbilt wins by at least 7.5 points. Florida State versus Clemson. I think Clemson are going to throw in the towel. I just don't see how either of these two teams are great. I think you have two ACC teams. One ACC team who was arguably ranked the best team in the country. A lot of people had Clemson winning the national championship this season, and they've completely just stunk it up all season long. Disturbing, genuinely disturbing from Clemson how the downfall has happened so fast this season. And so, yeah, I'm going to take Florida State to win that game. You have LSU. I'm going to come back to LSU versus Alabama. You have Notre Dame versus Navy, two teams who are really looking for that chance to get to the college football playoffs. Notre Dame right now are at 10th, I think, or 8th, something like that. And then Navy, they're trying to get into the top 25. And with a win against Notre Dame, it would propel them into the top 18, I think. But yeah, let's go to the main game here. LSU versus Alabama. You have a team who has nothing to lose after firing their head coach. They're going to go out and play drastically better. Simple as that. They're going to play drastically better, this LSU team. And I think, we've seen Alabama on the ropes a little bit this year. We've seen them on the ropes against South Carolina. We've seen them on the ropes. We've seen them on the ropes against Missouri. We've seen them on the ropes against Georgia as well. So I think there's going to be a couple teams that knock them off. Listen, if they don't lose this game right here against LSU, then I think Alabama loses against Auburn this year. And I'm going to call it right now. They're going to easily lose against LSU or Auburn, but not both. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. The predictions are officially out.